The mirage of material, unveiling the true essence behind external pursuits. In the bustling corridors of our lives, it is easy to find ourselves tangled in the web of material appearances. The world presents itself through a myriad of surfaces, textures, and visions, all of which seem incredibly real and urgent. Yet, is there more to this reality than meets the eye? Let us explore this notion together. The concept of the external world as an illusion does not imply that everything you see and touch doesn't exist, but rather, it suggests that the importance we ascribe to these externalities might be misplaced. Objects, status, and even our personal achievements often serve as mirrors reflecting our desires and insecurities rather than our true essence. Think about the last time you acquired something you really wanted. It could have been as simple as a new phone or as significant as a new car. Initially, there's a surge of excitement, a peak where everything seems right with the world, but gradually, the excitement fades. The object that once seemed like a beacon of happiness blends into the mundanity of everyday life. This cycle of desire and dissatisfaction is a clue from the universe. It whispers to us that perhaps what we are truly searching for isn't out there, but within. Our society champions the tangible. If you can measure it, show it, or use it to climb a social or corporate ladder, it's considered real and valuable. Yet, let's reflect on the nature of happiness and fulfillment. Are these states not cultivated internally? You might know someone who seems to have it all yet struggles with profound unhappiness. Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound spiritual lessons. Conversely, there are those with very little in the way of material possessions who radiate joy and contentment. This contrast is not accidental. It is revealing. It shows that the source of true happiness and peace does not stem from external acquisitions but from a deep inner alignment. Now, let us turn our gaze inward and consider our thoughts and emotions. Like the objects we possess, are our thoughts not just as fleeting? We often believe our thoughts to be the ultimate truth. A negative thought can spiral into a bad day. A positive one can uplift us. However, if we observe closely, thoughts come and go, much like clouds in the sky. If our thoughts are so transient, can they truly define us? Or are they just another layer of the illusion, another aspect of the external world we are too attached to? In understanding this, we start to perceive the world differently. We begin to see that our reactions to events are based on past experiences and conditioning rather than the events themselves. This realization can be liberating. It allows us to experience life more fully, to meet each moment with freshness, free from the burdens of past narratives. Now, consider the relationships in your life. How often do we seek validation and love from others, believing that our worth depends on their acceptance? This is another facet of the illusion. True self-worth and love begin within. When we understand and embrace this, our relationships transform. We no longer seek to extract happiness from others, but rather share the joy that overflows from within us. As we peel back these layers of illusion, what remains? What is at the core of our being beyond the ephemeral world of forms and fluctuations? This question is not to answer here, but to carry with you to reflect on as we continue our exploration. The light of perception, seeing beyond the veil of illusion. As we delve deeper into understanding the illusion of the external, we encounter another profound dimension: perception. Perception is the lens through which we view the world, and it is as malleable as it is influential. Let's explore how our perceptions shape our reality and how, Altering these perceptions can reveal a more profound truth about our existence. Consider for a moment how different individuals can interpret the same event in vastly different ways. A rainy day might be gloomy to someone who wanted to go for a hike, yet a blessing to another whose garden was parched. This example, simple as it is, highlights an essential truth. Much of our reality is constructed by how we choose to interpret our experiences. This brings us to an interesting thought. If our perceptions can so drastically alter our experience of reality, can we trust that what we perceive is the absolute truth? This question isn't meant to doubt our senses or judgments, but to open a door to a new understanding, that perhaps there is a deeper reality obscured by our habitual ways of seeing and interpreting the world. To start seeing beyond this veil, one practical approach is mindfulness. Mindfulness involves observing our thoughts, feelings, and sensory experiences with a gentle, non-judgmental awareness. By practicing mindfulness, we can start to detach from our habitual reactions and see more clearly. We begin to notice the space between our perceptions and our reactions, a space where freedom lies. In this space, we realize that we are not our thoughts or emotions. Instead, we are the awareness that observes these thoughts and emotions. This realization brings us to a deeper inquiry about who or what this awareness is. This awareness has been with you since you were born, unchanged by the shifting tides of life, thoughts, and emotions. It is the silent witness to all that you experience. As you ponder this, you might begin to feel a shift, a step back from the identity constructed by external influences and internal reactions, moving towards something more fundamental, more authentic. Now, let's talk about how we can apply this understanding. When faced with a decision, instead of reacting from a place of habit, pause. Observe not only the situation but your thoughts and feelings about it. Ask yourself, is my reaction based on past experiences or conditioned beliefs? By doing this, you cultivate a new way of interacting with the world, one that is based on present moment awareness rather than unconscious patterns. But let's push this boundary further. Imagine if we applied this level of awareness to our interactions with others. Often, conflicts arise from differing perceptions. By recognizing this, we can approach conflicts with more empathy and openness, realizing that the other person is also viewing the situation through their unique lens of perception. This understanding can transform relationships, fostering deeper connections and compassion. In considering all these points, we start to see that our perceptions are not just passive observations, but active creators of our reality. By changing our perceptions, we don't just change our view of the world. We change the world itself as it manifests for us. This understanding empowers us, giving us the ability to co-create our reality with more intention and clarity. The dance of detachment, embracing freedom from material bonds. Having explored how our perceptions shape our reality, let's now turn our attention to the concept of detachment. This is not detachment in the sense of indifference or lack of care, but a profound understanding that allows us to engage with the world more fully, without being enslaved by it. Detachment in this spiritual context is about loosening the grip that our attachments have on us, thereby finding true freedom. Let's consider for a moment the nature of attachment. Attachments can be to physical objects, certain outcomes, relationships, or even ideas and beliefs about ourselves and the world. These attachments often lead to suffering. Why? Because everything that is outside of our true self is subject to change and decay. When we anchor our happiness to these impermanent things, we set ourselves up for disappointment. But how do we practice detachment without becoming cold or unfeeling? It starts with understanding the nature of desire. Desire is not wrong in itself. It is a natural part of being human. The issue arises when we cling to our desires so tightly that they begin to define us. When we allow our desires to dictate our happiness, we become like leaves blown about by the wind, our emotional state dependent on circumstances outside our control. Here, the key is to cultivate a state where we can desire things, work towards them, even enjoy them, but not become dependent on them for our happiness or sense of self. This is where true freedom lies. It's the freedom to enjoy a sunny day without despairing when it rains, the freedom to strive for success while not being shattered by failure. Practically, this can be achieved by regularly reflecting on what we truly need versus what we desire. It involves recognizing when we are being pulled by compulsion rather than a clear intention. Meditation can be a valuable tool here as it helps us observe our thoughts and desires without getting caught up in them. Now, think about your own life. What are you attached to? Is it possible that these attachments are holding you back from experiencing deeper peace and joy? This isn't about giving up everything you love, but about seeing these things as they truly are, temporary and not capable of giving you lasting happiness. This understanding liberates you. It allows you to experience life more fully. When you're not afraid of losing something, you can enjoy it more freely. When you're not worried about the opinions of others, you can express your true self more openly. This kind of detachment enhances every aspect of life, from the mundane to the profound. Furthermore, detachment leads to a deeper compassion. When we are not so wrapped up in our own desires and fears, we can truly empathize with others. We see that others are also caught in their own cycles of attachment and suffering, and this shared human condition can bring us closer together. Finally, as you walk this path of detachment, you will find that it naturally leads to a more profound inner peace. This peace comes from knowing that your true self is independent of the external world. It is not something that can be shaken by life's ups and downs. The core of being. Discovering our true nature beyond illusions. In our final exploration, we delve into the essence of our being, beyond the illusions of the material world and the transient nature of our perceptions and attachments. This journey brings us to the realization of our true self, a state of being that exists independently of the external fluctuations that once seemed so defining. Understanding our true self is paramount in spiritual traditions around the world. It is often described as an unchanging, eternal presence that underlies our everyday existence. This true self is not swayed by emotional turmoil, does not age as the body does, and is not enhanced by worldly achievements. It simply is pure, constant, and serene. To connect with this true self, one effective practice is deep meditation. In meditation, we gradually peel away the layers of our identity, our roles, our careers, our social statuses, and even our personal narratives. As these layers dissolve, what remains? What is the essence that observes all these changes? In this space of deep quietude, we might catch a glimpse of a self that is not defined by any attributes, a self that simply witnesses. This realization can profoundly shift our approach to life. When we start identifying more with our true self and less with our ego or our constructed identity, we become less reactive to external circumstances. We find a stable center, a calm in the midst of life's storms. From this center, we can act with greater clarity and compassion, not driven by desperate needs or uncontrolled emotions, but guided by a deeper understanding of our place in the universe. This shift also changes how we relate to others. Recognizing our true self helps us see the same essence in everyone else. This is the foundation of true empathy and unconditional love. When we see beyond the superficial differences that appear to divide us, we recognize the fundamental unity we share. This is not just a philosophical concept, but a lived experience that can transform every interaction we have. Furthermore, living from our true self allows us to face life's inevitable challenges with equanimity. Whether we encounter success or failure, praise or criticism, we can remain balanced and focused. This doesn't mean we don't strive to achieve or fail to feel emotions. Rather, it means that we don't let these external conditions control our inner state. Consider for a moment the freedom this understanding offers. No longer being tethered to the roller coaster of external events means we can truly live in the moment, experiencing life as it is, not as we think it should be. We become creators of our lives rather than mere reactors to circumstances. As we conclude our exploration, it's essential to remember that these insights are not just for contemplation, but for practical application. Each step we've discussed builds on the others. By seeing through the illusion of the external, questioning our perceptions, practicing detachment, and connecting with our true self, we cultivate a life of deeper meaning and fulfillment. This journey is ongoing. Each day offers a new opportunity to live more authentically, guided by the wisdom we have uncovered. As we continue to grow and evolve, let us carry this understanding into every aspect of our lives, transforming not only our own experience but also enriching the lives of those around us. Nurturing the seeds of transformation. Practical steps for daily growth. Now that we have explored the profound themes of perception, detachment, and discovering our true self, it's essential to discuss how we can integrate these insights into our daily lives. Spiritual understanding isn't just about moments of realization, it's about transforming these moments into a consistent practice. Here are practical steps to help nurture the seeds of transformation each day. Start or deepen a daily meditation practice. Meditation is the cornerstone for cultivating awareness and connecting with your true self. Even 10 minutes a day can make a significant difference. Use this time to observe your thoughts and feelings without judgment, returning to your breath or a chosen point of focus whenever distractions arise. Extend the awareness cultivated in meditation into your daily activities. Try to stay present and mindful as you eat, walk, work, and talk. This doesn't mean you need to move slowly or speak softly. Rather, it means staying aware of your actions, thoughts, and feelings. This practice helps you remain connected to your true self and not get lost in reactive patterns. Keep a journal to reflect on your experiences and insights. Writing can help you process what you've learned, explore your feelings, and clarify your thoughts. Regularly jotting down your reflections can deepen your understanding of yourself and your spiritual path. Engage with spiritual texts, lectures, or workshops that resonate with your journey. Learning from others who have walked the path can provide inspiration and practical advice. Allocate some time each week to read or listen to these resources to continually nourish your mind with spiritual wisdom. Practice selflessness by finding ways to serve others without expecting anything in return. This could be as simple as offering your time to listen to a friend or volunteering for a local charity. Service helps to dissolve the ego and fosters a sense of connection with others, which is vital for spiritual growth. Make a conscious effort to cultivate compassion and forgiveness in your interactions. When you find yourself judging others or holding on to resentment, pause and consider the underlying reasons. Use these moments as opportunities to practice forgiveness and extend compassion, both to others and yourself. Periodically, take time to assess your progress. Look back at where you were a month, 6 months, or a year ago. What has changed? What challenges remain? This assessment isn't about judging yourself, but about recognizing growth and identifying areas for further development. Surround yourself with a community that supports your spiritual growth. This could be a meditation group, a spiritual study class, or even friends committed to similar paths. Sharing your journey with others can provide encouragement, feedback, and a sense of belonging. View challenges and difficulties as opportunities for growth. Each obstacle is a teacher in disguise, pushing you to develop patience, resilience, and deeper understanding. Instead of resisting these moments, try to lean into them with curiosity and openness. Finally, remember that consistency is key. Spiritual growth is not achieved in a day, but through steady, ongoing effort. Keep at your practices even when they feel challenging or when progress seems slow. The transformation is often subtle and accumulative. By integrating these practices into your daily life, you cultivate a living spirituality that doesn't just uplift you but also touches everyone around you. This journey is both personal and universal, a path to deeper self-understanding and, ultimately, to a more compassionate and conscious world.